So welcome to the Greentown Historical Society's 2023 calendar. My name is Mark Lance. I have Floyd Krieg here to my right, Greg Sumter's to my left, and we were kind of the team that was instrumental in putting up the Hometown Hero banners here in Greentown. So a lot of people have seen those. They're real proud of it. Greentown has been set apart to some degree because of these banners. A lot of towns are coming on board with their own Hometown Hero banners, but we're proud to say that since 2020, we have put up over 200 banners here in Greentown. We currently have right at 181 banners hanging proudly in the town. So thanks to all the supporters out there that have made this possible. And I think we'll get into a little bit about how we came about. So Floyd or Greg, you want to jump in?
Probably 2018-19, we were in Wabash, and we saw Wabash had done a very similar project. Actually, not similar. They had done the project, and we contacted their Visitors Bureau, and they provided us with a lot of information about how they went about the project, how people submitted their sponsorships, and we kind of basically cloned their process. So they are very instrumental in getting our process up and running. I talked to Mark and Floyd about it, and we thought that was a great idea for the community to recognize our veterans. And so we kicked that off kind of in a word of mouth initially. It grew to be a Facebook, email, again, word of mouth kind of got around. We started out originally with about 50 banners, trying to get that up by the fair of 2020.
2020, right.
And we started putting them up with the help of Shear Printing, and Kokomo was our local printer. They were very instrumental in, again, working with us. They gave us 3 different designs. We put them out to our team. We voted on them. We came with the current design that we used. And then we started soliciting with the assistance of First Farmers Bank, collecting fees, and basically being able to pay and make the banner program work.
The other thing too is Greentown Main Street was part of this as well. And at the beginning, we had a 5-member committee put together. We created some criteria. One of the main things that we really wanted to stick with was the veterans who were from Liberty, Union, and Jackson Township, which is kind of the Greentown area. And that's what we have done. And I will just comment that also we found in that process and filling out, and by the way, the applications just started coming in. It was really remarkable. As Greg said, we thought, well, we'll get 50. Well, we got well over 100 right off the get-go. But we also discovered 4 living World War II veterans in that year that still lived right here in the Greentown area. 3 have since passed. One, Mr. Downs, is still living out here east of town. But that was really a remarkable finding as well. And so we honored them on a event that the Legion hosted, and the community came out. It was wonderful. So it was just a gem to find that many World War II living veterans at the time.
And we would love to find veterans from the Civil War. I'm sure there's plenty in Greentown. Of course, since passed, but it'd be nice to find out who all served in the Civil War and recognize them somehow. But it's a really nice project, and proud to be part of it. It's been kind of interesting to try to keep the banners up, but Greg's fell off a pole once, and so far I've been lucky, and Mark always stays on the ground. So.
Our first banner that we did was, we'll call our sponsor, was Lowell Simon. He was a World War II veteran. He's our charter member. Post is named after him. So Lowell was our poster child, per se, that we did the first banner, and that's the banner that you would see of the 3 of us hanging on the calendar. But he was a KIA, and like I say, he was a sponsor pretty much for the Post and we thought it was appropriate that he be one of our original banners that we did.
At the beginning, when this was all formulating and coming about, once we kind of got the criteria identified as to what we were looking for, to try to keep as many people happy as possible without getting into a lot of detailed type things, then it became a matter of finding the hardware, finding, as Greg said, Shear was who we chose to do the printing of the banners. And then once they became available, then Greg and I and Floyd went out and we just started hanging banners. We had already identified the utility poles we were going to use and where, and the idea was to start at the west end of Greentown and move all the way to the east end. Well, then we discovered we had so many banners, we had to start going north and south on Meridian, but trying to keep it all centralized with the understanding, and I guess the expectation, that as people travel through Greentown and they see these really beautiful banners and they see how Greentown has reacted to supporting the veterans and honoring them, would make visitors feel very welcome, very secure, very the feeling that, hey, this is a great little town, and we have heard many stories to that effect. So it has paid off in that way. But the big thing that we really wanted to do was just show that, you know, Greentown is really proud of the vets that we had grown up here, and still have a lot of them out there that have not had a banner yet. So you're welcome to, and we'll start that again in March for next year. So. But Floyd's been instrumental so many times of putting up banners, getting them hung back up, the ones that have kind of, the weather is what it is, but he's been very good at keeping those maintained, and the community as well. So when there's a banner down, we get calls or they'll turn them in, and then we go out, and he actually has redesigned some hardware that's a lot more secure now, so we shouldn't have as many problems as we had in the past.
Let's hope. Yeah, the hardware we had first, the bands is always breaking, and we've got a bigger banner than what most towns has got, so it's catching a lot of wind and a few semis, you know. So
Dump trucks.